Let's do this. Now it's also possible to do a subset. Now you have all these entries. You may want to do some subsets. Okay. So if you want to do a subset, then this is what you can do. You just have to make your queries. All right. And then that'll be done for you. Okay. So for subsets, I earlier on showed you some stuff already, but I'll give different approaches here. So let's say you want to get the records for just accuracy, the accuracy score for all the models. All right. You can just say df accuracy. There's just one column and you get it here. You can also assign it to a variable. I will show you how to do that. All right. Okay. Now, if you want multiple columns, then it has to be df. You bring your square bracket first and you bring another square bracket in, and then you can now type accuracy. Then let's say precision like this. Okay, so this one becomes a list. If it's just one column, that's fine. If it's more than one, it has to be in a list like this. So let's execute this command. This will give us a subset. That's what we have here. Okay, so that's also fine. So now we are querying by column, right? Now we can also use this approach. I think that would be better. Let's just do it. This approach works, but there's also another approach which uses the lock and then the iLock. We will try all these ones later on. So let's do this. Let's try this other approach. Let's use the lock, right? So for the lock, you can say df, then you can say lock, okay, like this. So for the lock, you need to have your labels. So this is how the lock is. So in it, you specify your labels, which are the index or row names. This is the index, and then the column names or column names. That's how it is. So for the lock, if you want everything, then it's going to be comma. It's going to be colon. Yeah, it's colon, comma, colon. That means you want all entries. All right. So this colon here represents everything for rows, and this one represents everything for columns. So let's execute this command. Now you see we have everything. Okay, so if you want specific rows or specific columns, then you can say df.lock. So this time, let's say you want all rows, but for columns, you want just accuracy. You can put it in list like this. Then we can execute it. So that will give us the records for accuracy. Okay, now let's try for accuracy and precision. So I'll just copy this list. I can just say df.lock all rows, and then this. That'll give me this, right? Now, if you want for rows too, you can just say df.lock. Okay, let's say you want records for ensemble. And we want all the records. You can bring this like this, and then you can execute the console. This will give you the records for ensemble. So here we want ensemble, the records for ensemble. We want all the columns for that. Now, if you want specific columns, then df.log. You can say, let me just use this list rather. So you can just add it here. Since you want just one record from each, let's say I want the accuracy for the ensemble model. All right, I can just say ensemble, comma, and I can say accuracy. Okay, now this one you can see we don't have any inner square bracket because it's just one record for row and then one record for column. So you can just leave those additional square brackets. All right, so let's execute this command. Perfect. So now we see it's for 0.7787. Okay, so if you say df, you have everything, and then you can just use this to get just one of them, one record or a few records. All right, so this is the power of programming. Okay,